What's up, guys? Matt Brown from the LSR Podcast. Thanks for joining me and Dustin and Adam right here on the channel each and every week. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like us to tackle in a future episode. But without further ado, so Adam, this is a bummer about Illinois that we kicked off the podcast with, but there is, I was just kind of following along on the Twitter machine here. I mean, I'm not going to say completely out of nowhere, but definitely moving more brisk, I think, than maybe any of us thought here. I'm not going to go ahead and use my one time for 2020 here on this. I'm going to use that for a vaccine for the COVID to come through. But like, let's use we'll use a mini one time here on Massachusetts.
Wow, you really brought the house down on that one, Matt. I won't use my one time on sports betting when COVID's involved.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Massachusetts bill passed the House. Sports betting attached to a jobs package in Massachusetts. We know it's had support. Governor Baker has been in support. DraftKings is obviously headquartered there. The bill was originally tailored pretty narrowly, and it looked like it was going to favor DraftKings and FanDuel pretty closely. Now, some changes were made. We'll see how those ultimately play out, whether more operators are able to get into the market. What I think is interesting is that the House passed this bill overwhelmingly, but everything we've read and some things that I've heard individually as well suggest that it could have a much harder time in the Senate than it did in the House. So I would not count on, if I lived in Boston, being able to bet within the Commonwealth instead of going to Rhode Island or New Hampshire, which is what we know that some people in Boston have been doing to get their sports bets down.
And Dustin, of note, I guess we should say that is where DraftKings is headquartered there in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, DraftKings has been pushing for online sports betting certainly for a while now. Ever since the federal ban and probably even working on it beforehand. I mean, they got, it's interesting, they got through their daily fantasy sports bill, the one that formally legalized them into perpetuity, through one of these budget bills, an economic development bill. And obviously it holds some sway. They are a huge employer in Boston. And yeah, they obviously are on the ground and have lobbying efforts. So, you don't discount their efforts, but, as Adam says, this is, it's one thing to get it through one chamber. There's always, as we know from all these states that we cover, there's a different dynamic in the other chamber often. And yeah, DraftKings is probably not sitting here saying we have it done yet, but there's a chance, which is about all you can ask in these states when there's short time left.
Yeah, that would be, again, like I said, not going to use my one time, but that would be pretty neat. That'd be pretty neat for that to go ahead and come through. Guys, as a reminder, the full version of this podcast can be found over at LegalSportsReport.com, as can the written breakdown of every topic we talk about on the show each and every week. Thanks for watching.